Alright, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today is my birthday, so what better way to celebrate than to read negative reviews of the Super Mario Brothers movie? Okay, to be real.
I wanted to say happy birthday, man.
Oh, thanks, Impel. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I'm not joining you. I'm just here to say hello. Say hello and I'm gonna say happy birthday.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna have you read. I don't want spoilers for the Mario movie, I guess.
Alright.
So let's get on. Bye.
Bye.
Also, don't fucking have a migraine. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Happy birthday again. Bye.
Alright. So anyways, we are going to read these negative critic reviews of the Mario movie. Now I'm going to be as fair. I'm not going to, as Impel said, have a migraine or anything. But honestly, I feel like critics have always hated Nintendo, like even since the NES days. Like I made a YouTube short about that. That's like legit proof that I think critics just don't like Nintendo. And I think most of it might have to do with the fact that they like don't understand it. And I think it might just be because of like cultural differences or anything. But I mean, like, it's just a fantasy game. Like, just like kids have their own fun, you know? So, anyways, let's start. Oh, I should probably give like more context. So, if you want like a spoiler-free thoughts on what I think about the movie, it's really good. It has a nice message. The visuals are amazing. It's not perfect by any means. Like, my only major gripe is how they utilize non-Nintendo music, which feels a little bit jarring or, I guess, kind of lazy. But yes, other than that, I highly recommend watching this movie. Even if you've never heard of Mario, you don't know anything about it, I think it's a good starting point. And like, even if you're not interested, it still has like a really good message. Like, never giving up. And just pushing through. So anyways, let's start with RogerEbert.com, Brian Tallarico. See, the Super Mario Brothers movie. I can vividly remember playing the first Nintendo version of Super Mario Brothers when I was just a boy in the 80s. It was a friend's house, my first buddy, ready to get a NES, and I went home and had a dream about the game. The goofy jumping plumber has been a part of my entertainment life ever since. I've passed my love for the franchise down to my boys, who have all played the stunning Super Mario Odyssey to completion more than once. Mario has come a long way since the notoriously awful 1933 version. I feel like I shouldn't read this. So yeah, the awful live-action one. We all know that. The latest animated blockbuster from Illumination is their most soulless to date. A film that feels like ChatGPT produced it after their data and imagery from the game were fed into a computer. Is it the Chris Farley show of family entertainment making references to something that was awesome for making a movie? And it is one of the most wretched in depression animated films I've ever seen. Remember this? Remember how much you liked it? Please like it again. I so desperately wanted to see something that sparked the imagination of the kid in me. Like that first game, or speak to the fun I've been playing installments across multiple Nintendo platforms. Instead, I got a movie that is as hollow as a trailer. Something that willfully avoids anything creative or ambitious. Mario and Luigi deserve so much better. Okay, first of all, before we move on any further, how exactly is this the most soulless to date? Like, I'm sorry. Have you not seen what Disney has currently been putting out? Like, even last year? Like, if you were to look at me dead in the eye and tell me that Strange World and Lightyear was better than the Super Mario Brothers movie. I gotta say, you got some guts, pal. But yeah, like, of course, the 1993 live-action film is awful. I know. I mean, it could have been good if it wasn't Mario. But, like, calling Illumination's film soulless? Like, were you not paying attention to, like, the visuals? Like, the world is, like, so pretty. And it's, like, more fleshed out compared to what you would get in the Mario games. Like, even in the original Super Mario Brothers. Because, I mean, like, back in the day, like, not everything was fully fleshed out. Like, even in the anime film, like, it was pretty... Like, it was very pretty back then. But, like, everything wasn't fully fleshed out. But, call this soulless? Like, I don't know. Okay, anyways. Yeah, we know that. Their new business. The backgrounds produce a small smile from people of my generation, and there's a bit of inspiration structurally, like every shots. Yes, that one, I loved it. It's also a nod to the Odyssey on a bookshelf in Mara's room. Huh, I did not see that. I get the reference, but... yeah, I actually did not see that. Interesting. Okay, let's see what else. In a way that makes no sense. Why don't Luigi find a nice chamber of pipes in Brooklyn? Yeah, they get sucked in. Hold on. God. I just, like, pest-proof the windows, and there's still more bugs coming in. Okay, Michael Keaton. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, through my second viewing, thank you, Jun. Through my second viewing of the movie, I actually started to like Toad a lot more. I don't know if that's a bit bizarre. I think it's because he's just a very likable buddy that you just want to have alongside. Anyways, so yeah, let's make the princess his bride. That I absolutely appreciated, because without that, I felt like it didn't feel too much like Mario. Like, yeah. How on earth a film like this gets a rock talent like of Tenacious D and doesn't let him unleash a few clever Bowser tunes in one of this film's many mysteries? What are you talking about? Did Jack Black's Peaches song not impress you? Like, actually, there was a music video that they just released from, what was it, Lyrical Lemonade? They did a whole music video with Jack Black in it. I was like, oh my god, Jack Black is at the very peak of dedication to his character. And it's completely unbelievable. But yeah. But Luigi lands in the pipeline that drops him in the Darklands and makes his prisoner a dumb decision that sidelines him for an hour. Okay, true. Yeah. So all the question mark cubes get a chance to shine. There are the question blocks. Okay. Fans of this movie will shout from the rooftops that the scripting for something called the Super Mario Brothers doesn't need to be a strength. And to be fair, there are a few strong settings in terms of design. I enjoyed the choice made by the team in the structure of Donkey Kong Country and Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road Super Mario Kart sequence is well directed, but I would ask why fans of a franchise that has inspired so much love for generations must be satisfied with the absolute minimum regarding storytelling. Well, that's kind of the unfortunate fact with Mario. Because, like, when it comes to Mario, yes, there is a very lack of storytelling. That's kind of just how Miyamoto That's how he creates games, and I like over the years I've kind of just accepted it for what it is. Like a Mario game does not need to have an intense amount of story, because I kind of see it kind of like old cartoons like Mickey Mouse back in the day. Because like even in like the spin-off games, where like Mario will be doing something sports related or he'll be driving carts, it's sort of like, I guess how do I put this? It's kind of like I view actually not just Mario, but like every Nintendo franchise as a sort of stage play or a film, and I think that's kind of the vibe they were going for. Like all the characters are like puppets or actors and all that. And I feel like it helps like explain like why in one game Mario will be driving a car and in another one he'll be playing like tennis or golf. But I mean, also as far as I'm concerned, I feel like Mario does not need like a lot of storytelling. I feel like the movie had more than enough, because at least they gave us Peach's origin. They gave us a little bit backstory to like the Mario Brothers childhood. Like, oh my god, the baby, like Baby Mario and Baby Luigi was so fucking cute. Like everything. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because like I have very like I don't expect Mario to have a lot of lore. I've just accepted it. I mean, not that I've complained about it before. I've just enjoyed the gameplay. And yeah, this is a movie. No gameplay is involved, but still. I feel like you're starting to become a little bit more like Arlo. Which, funnily enough, when he did his review, which I did watch, and I'll probably react to it unless he's gonna make like a spoiler review, like he has to. I feel like you are craving way too much. You're being petty, unreasonable, and arrogant. So, I don't know. Anyways, so a few actual decisions made in the construction of this film. Just a collection of visuals and characters cobbled together to form a 92-minute movie. Take a risk. Just do something, anything. It got me thinking about a fun spin-off that could exist, like Mad Max Fury Road version of Mario Kart. Quits that gets energy out of non-stop motion, or a version that unpacks like the Lego movie that's more sharply aware of its references and world building, something that even incorporates the player like that movie does in the end. Something that incorporates the player like that movie does in the end. Oh wait, are we talking about the Lego movie? I don't know about that. Because at least they didn't go a Jumanji route. And like two random guys that I don't know or care about get isekai'd into the video game world. I would have absolutely disliked that. It wouldn't feel like Mario, and I feel like the characters would be even less developed than the movie already presents it as. I swear that almost everyone has played a game like Odyssey could come up with something more inventive. Heck, almost any 10 minutes of that game is more creative. Well, to be fair, this is an origin story, and I suspect that Nintendo is trying to like play it safe and simple, considering that this was their first movie, and probably did not want to make the same mistakes that the live action movie made. So at least give them credit on that. I know that Detective Pikachu is like technically the first, I guess would technically be the first Nintendo movie, but it was not under the Nintendo Pictures brand, if I recall correctly. So, yeah. No, I think that might be the reason why I'm, like, more forgiving of, like, there not being too much story and all the shortcomings and stuff. Okay, so it doesn't help that the voice work is ununiformly mediocre. Chris Pratt can be charismatic with the right material, but it sounds like he has pounded this out in 3 hours in a voice studio. Okay, you know what? To be fair, a lot of people do complain about Chris Pratt. Whereas for me, I don't. It's not that big of a deal. But I think what you should look into is like the heart and soul that Chris Pratt is able to do. Cause like he's able to play like a hardworking everyday man. Like look at the Lego movie. Like his character Emmett Burkowski is pretty much kind of like Mario. He's thrown into this wild situation. And like at the end, like near the end of the movie, like he becomes the hero that he was destined to be. And that's kind of what Mario is. Other examples. I think Star-Lord's probably another example of that. Like, he is just a normal human, but it also turns out... Okay, maybe I'm getting a little bit into spoiler territory. Like, he may be human, but he's, like, still a hero. In most ways. So, I don't know. And plus, like, at least he... At least performs some attempts at a Brooklyn accent. So, I don't know. I think people are being a little bit unfair with Chris Pratt. Charlie Day has such an expressive voice, but the movie barely uses him. Yes, that is very true. But at least Luigi got some cool moments. Seth Rogen is always a welcome presence, and he at least seems to be having some fun. I wish I was too. You know what? I wish you would do reviewer critic. I wish you would be a little bit more open-minded. But yes. With the nostalgic phrase, merging with power of Nintendo and Illumination, the Mario we feel is too big to fail. That means we'll get a sequel. Yes. And I expect another cycle of debate of critics versus fans. I am both. You sure about that, buddy? And I want a world where the people who made the film for a fan base as devoted as this one don't take that fandom for granted. This is far from over. I suspect we will get a ton of films from the NES universe, including Donkey Kong Country, yes, hopefully soon. The Legend of Zelda, yes, that too. And let's not forget Kid Icarus. Yes, agreed. And also, I think Tom Holland should voice Pit. Like, think about it, it'd be fucking perfect. Like, he already was good as Spider-Man. I think he'll be good as Pit. And if not, I would like to hear your opinions on who should play Pit in the Kid Icarus movie. But one thing's for certain, it's gotta be an origin story. But we need creators who don't just see these games as products to be referenced as foundation. Much new ideas can be built. The 80s kid. That 80s kid who dreams of Mario deserves it. Well, you clearly seem to be more focused on the 80s and 90s and not thinking about other generations that have grown up with Mario, whether it be from the SNES, the GameCube, N64, Wii, or even what's currently happening right now with the Switch era. So, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this guy's being, like, a little bit too harsh. He isn't as harsh as Arlo. Actually, no. I think he's being, like, a little bit petty compared to Arlo. If I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to get some water. let's see, what's next? We have The Boston Global by Odie Henderson. I don't care. Can I not exit this? Is it not gonna let me? Is I gonna pay like some stupid ass subscription for this? Wow. It's like the fucking Daily Telegraph all over again. It's like, nope. Maybe I can like go home and then try again. Alright, here it is. Oh, no, it's not gonna let me. Alright, well, this critic is irrelevant, so fuck him. Alright. Soren Anderson, Seattle Times. Alright, let's see what you got. Full review. These characters could use a power-up. Well, you know, you could also use a power-up too, but you don't deserve one, so fuck you. Okay, game on and on goes the Super Mario Brothers, deriving from Nintendo's famous most popular video games of all time, although its runtime is comparatively compact, 92 minutes. The animated tune feels a lot longer. Is that supposed to be a good thing or a bad thing, Soren? Is that it? Like, wait. Let's get it's private. Is that literally it? I can't access this review. Another Daily Telegraph fucker. Okay. Well, then your opinion is irrelevant, dumbass. Let's see, Slant, Paul Atrad. It's a series of Easter eggs in search of a story. Well, you know what? They got all the Easter eggs, but you didn't, because you were a bad bunny. This film feels like it's content to check off to-do notes and scratch the viewer's nostalgia itch. Oh yes, Mario's are it's also a blank slate intended for the players to project themselves onto. Some ideas. Mario himself isn't allowed any of those eccentricities outside of the occasional goofy outfit that he dons and the odd noises that he fires off. Well, yes, he's a frickin' cartoon character. What the fuck do you expect? Do you expect Mickey Mouse to be dark and edgy? Thank you, Starwalker, for the happy birthday. I'm certainly enjoying my birthday by reading these dumb reviews of the Mario movie. And yet, having a blank slate for protagonist works perfectly fine in the context of an action-adventure platformer where the draw is the gameplay, which, if anything, helps keep the focus squarely on having a lot of fun. Blah, blah. So, directors. Advances that governing principle to large flavorless ends, refusing to do anything original or all that interesting with the gaming icon. The order of the day here is cheap fan service. Well, okay, first off, Paul, this is supposed to be an origin story of Mario. This is how sort of the game starts. Well, I guess back if Nintendo had those technological advancements. But I guess overall this movie is a culmination of Mario's history from the original Donkey Kong arcade up until Super Mario Odyssey and Bowser's Fury. So I don't think it not being original is that big of an issue, especially if you compare this to the anime film and the live action film. The anime film, this was the world's first film based on a video game, and because of that, basically, I guess the world wasn't entirely fleshed out, so it's kind of a rough interpretation. Whereas the live action film, like most of the blame does come from the production team, but I think the other side of that also, the other side of the blame also comes to Nintendo, because at the time I think Miyamoto wanted to try and make Mario a little edgy. I guess probably, and it might have been influenced by Sonic, but thankfully Mario did not go down that route. Sonic did. He dug that hole, and now he has absolutely no clue what he wants to be anymore. But thankfully, I think he seems to be partially getting out of that hole, hopefully. I don't know. I'm just glad that Mario did not fully go down that route. Maybe with Super Paper Mario, but I feel like that was more of a one thing. Or I guess, like from the original Paper Mario on the N64 up until Super Paper Mario. But yeah, I really don't know. Honestly, I feel like the movie is not just about fan service, but it at least has like a really good message, a very simple message. You may like roll your eyes around over it or something, but like the idea of like just not giving up and having that determination, I feel like it is very much like something that everyone can relate to. As it is here, there's some minor exposition at the start of the film about how the Brooklyn raised Queens hating. What? Queens hating? What? What? Hold on. When was there Queen? When did the Mario Bros hate Queens? That doesn't make any sense. Did you fucking watch the film? They offered their plumbing service to both Brooklyn and Queens. Do you have something against Queens, Paul? Mario and Luigi feel unloved by their father. Well, it's mostly Mario. But yes. And wishes to prove their self-worth, which leads them to finding a warp pipe while on a job. So yes, like, the fact that, like, Mario feels unloved by his father, like, I feel like that's something that, like, everyone could relate to. I mean, not everybody, but still. But in space, to live with God for establishing much in the way of emotional stakes, unless you consider beating Bowser and Luigi. Well, I mean, this is like a 92-minute film, but you know what? I think that it's much fine that way, especially with this being their first movie. Far too often, Mario, this movie feels like it's simply content to check off to-do lists. Flies with the Tanuki suit at one point for no other reason other than the faint power-up is thrown away. What are you talking about? The Tanuki suit was used to lead the Bonsai Bill away from the Mushroom Kingdom to the Warp Pipe. Yes, might have been questionable, but like Mario couldn't just like lead the Bonsai Bill to Bowser's castle because everyone was still on the castle. I mean, sure, maybe. Hold on. I mean, like, maybe Mario could have led it somewhere else, but still. I feel like the Tanuki suit wasn't just a throwaway power-up. It still had some, like, a majority of the power-ups are still important. Alright, thank you, Rosa. Happy birthday, twin. But, like, that's the thing about the power-ups. Like, they are very important. Like, they have a particular purpose. Like, not just in gameplay, but also, like, narratives. Like, are you sure you played a fucking Mario game before? Or, you know, like, any video game? Yeah, obligatory joke made about our princess being in another castle. I love that joke. It's funny. Especially since the the two toads, I didn't notice this until my second viewing, but like the blue and yellow toad is a reference to New Super Mario Bros. Wii because it introduced 4-player co-op, which had a blue and yellow toad. All heroes go go-karting on the road at one point. The closest thing to left field bit of humor is that we're subjected to the terrible DK rap in one scene. Yes, where unfortunately Grant Kirkhope wasn't credited. Off topic, but the horses look like they're on crack. Yes. Luckily, this trailer is fake, so don't worry. Pratt's voice work as Mario is cheerful and accurate to the games. Really? Because there might be some people who would disagree with you on that. But as for me, I don't mind it. I'm very open-minded, and I think Chris Pratt does a good job voicing a everyday, hardworking individual. Black is having a lot of fun as Bowser. Mario and Luigi's evil comic foil, who, as in the original Super Mario Odyssey, has marriage on the brain. He even rocks the same white top. Yep, I love that fucking reference. Peach in opposition to her damsel in distress origin, and more in line with the free-spirited glow-up she was given in Super Mario Odyssey, gets to outshine Mario at nearly every turn. It's a vaguely feminist spit shine that Taylor-Joy revels in. Is that supposed to be a bad thing? I fucking hope not. Because, like, Peach is... Because, according to Nintendo, like, Peach was always supposed to be an empowering character. Don't ask why she gets kidnapped! I mean, I think there might be a cultural reason for that, according to Gaijin Goomba, but I don't know. I guess sometimes Nintendo says things and they usually don't mean it, and they just try to retcon it. Sadly, Luigi gets the short end of the stick here, since he mostly exists as a second fiddle to his brother. Yes, that is very true. But here, he's closer in spirit to the Luigi of Luigi's Mansion as a total scaredy cat. They really leans into the antic high-pitch stick that he honed in It's Always Sunny. The film then does relatively little to justify its existence outside of serving as a brand extension. Okay, that is true, but I'm pretty sure Illumination, who loves Mario, they probably had a lot of fun working on this, they care about Mario, and that's probably why they put in all those Easter eggs into the movie, to show how much they loved it. But I mean, like, the brand extension thing, that is another way of looking at it, but I don't see this as, like, a huge thing. Like, it's probably not as blatant as The Wizard, which a movie that should be well known for introducing Super Mario Bros. 3 to the US. I mean, The Wizard is pretty much supposed to be a brand extension. A giant commercial movie, if you will. It's bright, bounces from one nostalgia-soaked moment to the next. It is meticulously designed to be as inoffensive as possible. Yes, it is as inoffensive compared to a Disney movie. Like fucking Lightyear and Stranger World. Don't go watch that. Don't watch them. Don't give a shit about them. And heck, what Disney's gonna be producing? The fucking Little Mermaid remake? What else are they also gonna produce? All I know is like that Little Mermaid remake, which I'm definitely not gonna have my sister watch that. I'm gonna have her watch the Mario movie, because she'll be more entertained with it, her husband will be, and I bet my niece will be entertained with it as well. But while presenting the long-standing characters of the Super Mario Bros. Universe in the most unconsciously light imaginable way,
Please, shareholders, given the innovative design of many a Super Mario Bros. Game, would it have been too much for the film story to be a little bit more, well, super? Okay, first off, as I said, this is an origin story. So, plus this is Nintendo's first movie under the Nintendo Pictures brand. So, at least give them, like, at least let them off the hook a little bit. They were trying to play it safe, not make the same mistake from the live-action movie. But you know what? Hopefully for the sequel, it'll be better. Okay, Vulture. I'll send it Wilmore. Let's go check this out. We're still pretty bad at making video game movies, huh? That is not true, Allison Wilmore. And you know what? It's better than what Disney is currently shitting out of. Okay, something about Doom, I don't care. Wait. Nah, it doesn't matter. I don't care about Doom. Blah, 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 blah. Are you gonna... Is it our fucking Doom review or Mario review? Say what you will about Doom, which may be nothing. Which may be nothing. It isn't exactly an unappreciated classic, but at least it made a bold choice. Okay. Everyone take note of that. Actually, you know what? Let's go fucking look up that Doom movie. Because if this is going to be like that live-action film for the Mario movie where it's like, oh, the live-action Mario movie may be shit, but it has some, like, it's still a good classic. Okay, the film was a box office bomb. Conception. Doom received negative reviews. Doom is like some kid came over and is using your computer and won't let you play. Wow. What an analogy. That's not something you'd hear every day. Not quite as dreadful as Resident Evil Apocalypse, but that's hardly a major achievement. Okay. Well then. So yeah, take that to note. It's an almost impressively generic kiddie movie, reskinned with characters and concepts from one of the famous... Yeah, may as well have been assembled by a focus group. Are you sure about that? Assembled by a focus group? Because I assure you, that probably wasn't the case. No, if anything, no, Doom probably was assembled by a focus group and not the Mario movie. Because guess what? The people making the Mario movie are people that actually love and care about Mario. I don't know about Doom, but I assure you, there was probably no focus group involved in making this Mario movie. Like, this doesn't need to have a personality when it's familiar, bright colors, and frantic action. Most importantly, the new children's fair to arrive in theaters in weeks. The movie only shows the slightest spark of life when it tries to evoke what it's like to actually play one of the titles inspired by. Something that looks a lot less jarring in animation than it does in live action. Okay, I'll give you credit on that. Not because those few moments are fan service. That one I enjoyed. Next to a conveniently castle-themed fast food restaurant on the other side. Track. Junior Fury Road skirmish above. Shoot on a multicolored beam. That is supposed to be a reference to Mario Kart. I mean, sure. It might be a reference to Mad Max, but And also, it's called fucking Rainbow Road, dumbass. Have you never played Mario? You've never played Mario Kart? Okay. Let's see. Laden. What the fuck's Prideful Laden? Fall on the buttocks. A humiliating mishap. Blunder. Uh-huh. Well, I mean, that's kind of the point, that this is an origin story, Mario. Because the movie has to fill, and these gameplay bits only take up a fraction of that. A movie needs to be something, be about something, I guess. Or at least, yeah, half of Mario and companies that bring across. Okay, you called it Rainbow Road, I'll give you that. So... what is this word? Lack. Such a lack-ass job of assembling all its iconography into something resembling a story that's borderline insulting. Okay. First off, as I said before, this is an origin story. This is Nintendo's first movie under Nintendo Pictures. Of course they're gonna fucking play it safe. Like, would you have rather it gone down the dark road that is the live-action film? Because judging what you said about the Doom movie from 2005, if you answer yes, you're clearly insane. So, no, actually, you're not just insane, you're insulting. Mario's introduced. He's living at home, struggling to get... I don't know. His dad isn't support enough, or he's short or something. Well, yeah. And whatever. Shy Guys. Blonde, whose main quality is being so good at everything that it's never clear why she needs to train this stubby newcomer who comes crashing into her life, insisting he needs to rescue his missing brother. Well, I mean, okay, that is true. Peach is kind of a Mary Sue, but I guess take a look around the Mushroom Kingdom. Like, there isn't a human, there is mostly toads. I mean, yes, there are toads that are able to platform in some Mario games, but still, I think most of them are kind of cowardly. Like, they're just normal, everyday citizens. I mean, I guess that would be like saying, like, oh, why can't these citizens... why can't these citizens be like superheroes or some shit? Like, I don't know. I'm probably just talking out of my ass, but I mean, like, both Mario and Peach are human. So, of course, also, it'd be unwise to, like, go in alone, you know? It's dangerous to go alone. Clutches of the lovesick Koopa King Bowser. Ooh, Peach. Black Who voices Burly. Generates a few laughs through sheer force of will of musical interludes. Though even that bit gets stretched thin. Fast Funky Toad. But who show not a trace of that subversion wit here. It's all spirited. Root aside from bursts of weird vitality whenever the veers into action out of the games. Action is not the problem here. It's the only movie everyone involved came up with a bad one. Oh, this movie is bad compared to Lightyear and Strange World. Is that right, Allison? You sure you want to compare? Are you sure you want to say that this movie is bad in comparison to what Disney shat out with Lightyear and Strange World? I'm gonna take you up on that offer. Okay. God, there is so much more. Okay, let's go for like the lowest one. 'Cause my voice is hurting. Okay, Robbie Collin from the Telegraph. Let's see what you're up. Like being frog marched around Toys R Us. Somehow this new animated adaptation of the video game is even worse than the Abomination live action film. Even the CGI is second. Robbie, are you sure you want to fucking say that? You want to say that this brand new film that they put a lot of love, they put their blood, sweat, and tears all over it, they worked very hard, and if I'm going to be honest, I didn't think this movie would even exist. I thought it was just a baseless rumor. I thought it was some elaborate prank. But no, this movie came out. I watched it. I enjoyed it. It's better than the live action film. It's even better than the anime film. You're going to say that this is worse than the live action film. Robbie, are you sure you want to fucking say that to me? Have you played a video game? Have you, I don't know, touched grass? Alright. Blah, 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 blah. Dark and Smurf edginess. But Ghostbusters with this way and bearing. It's no resemblance. And not unreasonably regarded as the worst ever. And so I watched a fascinating failure again in a heartbeat over this new animated version, which is a shallow, sterile, eyeball drilling attain a feature-length brand extension exercise as Hollywood has yet to produce good. Goodness knows the reasons. I just felt like vacuous captions. Makes them look like. Oh my god. These films, like, they just hurt. Oh my god. Like, I did not think that these critics could get any worse, but holy shit. Alright. Okay, Robbie, you're saying that you enjoyed the 19 live action film, and you'd watch it in a heartbeat over this, when the visuals are really good. Like, it's a very faithful adaptation. It's a culmination of everything from the Donkey Kong arcade up until Super Mario Odyssey. Oh my god. Okay, well first off, Robbie, I want to know, how old are you? And have you ever played a fucking video game before? Like, I feel like you could probably say the same thing about like a Spider-Man movie or anything. Like, this is, I don't know. Anyways, so there's always have a fashion. Meeting with. There are 10 minutes of extra plumbing to sit through as the brothers destroy a luxurious bathroom being menaced by its owner's dog. Is it really luxurious? Like, that's the thing I want to make fun of. First off, this Brooklyn couple. Like, okay, where the fuck do I start with this? I feel like that Brooklyn couple is actually cheap. The apartment that they live in, probably cheap. Like, dude, the dog. Like, this dog managed to destroy a bathroom sink and its plumbing system. Okay, maybe the pipes might not have been checked, but I'm willing to bet that the Brooklyn couple are incredibly cheap. They think they're luxurious, but they're actually cheap. That's probably why they hired the Mario Bros, because their services are very cheap. That makes sense. But yeah, I don't know if I'd call like their entire apartment luxurious. I don't know. It's probably a fucking lemon. As in, it looks nice, but it's actually broken as fuck. So this job comes to things. Main advertisement screening on TV. It's not a commercial. It's not a commercial. It's a cinema. It's a kind of line critics sometimes call a free hit. This early material feels like offcuts from an old Minion project down to an extended family dinner, which warmly, if endlessly, sends up this staple scene in Italian-American immigrants' epics, but at least it's vaguely unexpected compared to what follows. I mean, the plot is nothing but crumbles, of course, because that's kind of just how Mario rolls. Also, this is Nintendo's first film. It's a Mario origin story. Like, I get they're trying to play safe, so at least cut them some slack on that. Jenny isn't Fincher so much as a CG walking tour of brand assets. Yeah, that is very true. But at least they're nice references, so at least appreciate... Plus, like, they're just very pretty to look at. Like, you probably wouldn't see that in a Disney film in this day and age. Can Lightyear or Strange World do that? Probably not. Not even The Little Mermaid. Does it do anything entertaining or imaginative with these recognized objects? Well, no. What the fuck do you mean? Were you not paying attention? Were you not paying attention to the power-ups? Well, never mind. Just recreating that. Surprisingly second-rate. Fucking second. You know what else is second-rate? Your attitude. While shouting, remember this? No. It's moronically and relentlessly all we get. And no fan service gambit appears to have been deemed too wretched or shaming for consideration. Among the more notable lows in a minute-long dramatization of the golf selection menu from Mario Kart 8. What? I like that one. What? You have something against Mario Kart 8? Oh man, this guy probably doesn't like go-karting. Sometimes an actual joke manages to wriggle under the fence. Though most are variations onto a three threadbare themes, but I'm too cute to insert line here. Oh, I think he must be referring to Toad's line. But I'm too cute to die. Characters growing during slow motion backflips are both instantly tedious staples. Well, at least it's not super goddamn slow. Whenever an action sequence starts to feel like meaningless wheel spinning, which is often, a 1980 pop standard is used to mushroom boost it over the finish line. A sequence in which Mario oh yes, that one. Take on me. Like, okay, here's the thing. My major gripe with this movie is how the film sometimes doesn't utilize Nintendo music. Like, with the training sequence, I felt like they could have used We Are Born to Play instead of I'm Holding Out for a Hero. Like, I get why they would do this, but still, like, Nintendo has a large library of music. So, I don't know. Take on Me is up. The film's mindless. All of this stuff is popular, right? Okay, well, I guess we can agree on that. But some serious competition in recent years. No film has ever made me feel more like I'm being frog marched around a branch of Toys R Us. Will this monstrosity be a hit? Inevitably, it will. It's short, which means cinemas can program lots of screening. It has no direct competition as a family film under the release of The Little Mermaid, Make and Mid-May, and the Mario games themselves are intergenerationally beloved. For parents, especially the damn thing will be unavoidable. But if a friend or relative should happen to go whoop, up let's go, you may wish to gently counter if you're in the fortunate position to be able to do so. Actually, let's not. You know what, Robbie? let's not publish this fucking monstrosity of a review. You probably have never played a video game or touched grass. And more importantly, saying that the live action film is actually better than this thing, which is fully fleshed out, a culmination of Mario's history. You either got some very big balls or a very tiny brain. I will at least give you credit. Like, it has no direct competition as a family film until the release. Okay, never mind. I'm not giving you credit. The Little Mermaid remake. Are you sure? Are you fucking sure the Little Mermaid remake is actually going to be better than the Mario movie? Considering that Disney's live-action remake, as well as its animation, hasn't been doing that well. Like, seriously, like, Illumination, like, no, Universal is now starting to come on top. Like, you must have really low standards. Actually, no, not just low standards, really fucked up standards. Like, you'd have to be... you have to be insane to say that Lightyear and Strange World is better than this. As a family film. Or you know what? You probably don't give a shit about children. Like, you don't care about what they play or anything like that. Though, if I'm gonna be honest, I know there was gonna be, like, a Barbie movie. I feel like he would probably make the same review, saying that, like, I mean, if the Barbie movie comes out and it's, like, some complete failure, I feel like this would be the same review, where it's like, it's just a walk around Toys R Us. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Alright. Let's see. The Austin Chronicles, Kimberly Jones. Alright, do your worst, Kimberly. Because I can do even worse. Alright, an everyman hero, voiced by the universally liked Chris Pratt, goes on a quest. Blah, blah, blah. Got a lot of reasons to be nostalgic for 2004. Yep. Chris Pratt was amazing there. Despite sharing more than suspicious similarities, who ticks exactly 0 of those boxes. Are you sure about that, Kimberly? Alright, continue. Audience will probably still show up, lured by a well-loved intellectual property for a family film. Was of course The Last Wish. Yep. But in high panic over declining box office, every film release. Super Mario Bros. Movie. This feels like a straight-to-DVD release, dull and derivative. What? Were you paying attention to the visuals, Kimberly? Oh my fucking god. In fact, have you even played a video game? I am curious why anyone would call this dull and derivative. Jump scares and skeleton Koopas, dry bones. That might be too spooky for young viewers. Dude, it's a skeleton of a hostile monster. I mean, well, to be honest, the dry bones never, like, jump scared me. I think maybe in my first viewing, but I don't think it was, like, really that, like, oh my god. Because, I know dry bones. Like, how could anyone not? Like, how could anyone not recognize a Mario enemy? You know, unless you're a dumb critic who's never played a video game. But I'm willing to bet that a majority of children will already know what the fuck a dry bones is. Well, Mario turns down. Blah, blah, blah. Back as a meatloaf, like, crooner. With the signs on PH. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee. honestly, I just want these critics to, like, one day look straight at the camera and say how amazing, like, Strange World or Lightyear is. But and whatever intention or invention there is, it's baked into the DNA. I'm supposed to remind you from those familiar pipes. There's nothing else to prop the thing up. What the what? Okay, I don't get this part. When there's nothing else to prop the thing up, that literally makes no sense. Not a compelling story or a especially interesting voice. This performance is or a single original idea. Okay, first off, yes, this story, you might think it's a bit thin, but that's kind of just how Mario rolls. Like, of course there's going to be, like, very little story, but then again, it's better than no story. Like, I feel like that there was more than enough story, and of course, we have to wait until we see a sequel. But yeah. I mean, compelling story, I feel like not a compelling story, I feel like the story was compelling enough for me as a Mario fan. Plus, at least there was, like, a really good message, like never giving up. Did you not pay attention to that? Or are you just a spoiled brat? You probably never related to that. Especially interesting voiceover performances. Okay, if this is about Chris Pratt, I get it. But I think you need to look into the heart and soul of it. Because Chris Pratt is good at playing a hardworking, everyday man. You probably can't relate to that. And you know what? I get it, and you're a very sad individual. A single original idea. Dude, this is a fucking Mario origin story. I mean, I don't know what the fuck you expect. Like, this is as faithful as it could be. Would you rather it be the live action film? I'm pretty sure no one's gonna like that idea. And when there's nothing to emotionally invest in, then all that's left is the nagging feeling you'd rather be playing the damn game. I mean, okay, how should I put this? Like, yeah, maybe after watching this movie, you'd want to play the games, but still, not being emotionally invested in. Dude, Luigi almost fucking died. And you're gonna tell me that wasn't emotionally investing. You don't care about Luigi. You probably don't have a sibling. Or you probably can't relate to Luigi. You know what? I get it. Said the damn single child. Anyways. Because, really, there's only one scenario in which it's pleasurable to passively watch someone else navigate the Rainbow Road. And that's in a dorm room after generous bong rips. What the fuck does this mean? Kimberly, where the fuck did you learn to write? That's my question. This isn't the first attempt to draw blood from stone. When it comes to this particular property... yes, that one. That one's obviously bad. It could have been good in its own way, but it's still bad. But in going to such weirdness, workers have flattened the concept into bending nothingness. Nothingness. You sure about that? When the visuals are so pretty, there's so much fan service. You of course corrected into the side of the mouth, so there's no heartbeat here. Is this literally it? Okay. Let me be real with this interview. Yeah, this is legitimately the worst one. Kimberly? Look, Kimberly, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know where you've learned to write. I don't know if you've ever played a video game before. But seriously, I think you should go play a video game. Okay, so I guess like what it all boils down to with these types of reviews is that they don't understand. I mean, I guess that's kind of just the whole crux of it. Like when you boil down to all these like movie reviews, all these movie critics, I feel like they're just like, I don't understand the story. I never played a video game before. I mean, it must have been like this when the first superhero movie came out. I really don't understand what like these critics, like fucking Robbie being like, tonight the live action movie's better than this. It's like, are you sure about that? I assure you, not everyone's gonna agree with you on that. In fact, like, making these bold ass claims like saying, oh, The Little Mermaid's probably gonna be better than this. Or, it's better than Lightyear. Like, this movie's so shit. Lightyear and Strange World is better than this garbage. It's like, you sure you want to make that claim? Though I'm willing to bet that Disney probably paid them. But yeah, I don't know what more I could say. Like, these critics, oh my god. They probably have never played a video game, meaning that they don't understand the concepts of how, like, the world works. They probably have never touched grass. They probably... they were most likely paid. I don't know. These dumbass reviews. Actually, let's go look at some... Holy shit. Okay, let's go. Go Wolf Whore. Over-reliant on references and its fan base is annoying. It's like if the Sonic fan base was 10 times more annoying than it already is. You sure about that? I feel like... Okay, not to shit on Sonic. I feel like its fan base is, like, probably a little bit more annoying. I don't know. Though, if I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the Pokemon fan base is more toxic than Sonic or Mario. You just let down so much hype behind this for it to be pretty much nothing but a preschool movie. Calling this a preschool movie, that's a bold move you just made there. That's a huge leap. Upside down one. Calling it a preschool movie. Well, Sonic Movie 2 is much better than this movie. The story is bad, Chris Pratt as Mario is awful, animation is pretty much good though. Okay, well at least you complimented the animation. I think Sonic Movie 2 is much better than this. Okay. Yes, the Sonic movie is good, but I still think the Mario movie is better because, like, I guess, like, taking into the context of, like, the first one, like, I felt like the first one didn't fully embrace Sonic. Like, there weren't too many Easter eggs. There were some Easter eggs, but not a lot. I guess with, like, 2, it did kind of, like, okay, we need to step up our game and actually do more research. But, like, with the Mario movie, like, a lot of love and care was put into this movie. I mean, yes, the story is simplistic, but I still felt like, even with this being a movie, I felt like that it brought more than enough. And Chris Pratt as Mario is awful, like... Chris Pratt is good at playing a hardworking everyday man, which is what Mario is, so... I think you should have looked more at, like, the heart and soul of it, and not just on the outside. Blah, 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 very childish film. Of course it's a fucking childish film. It's a family film, you dumbass! What did you think this was? PG-13? I actually underestimates the intelligence of children. Are you sure you were paying attention to the fucking movie? It's not because of animation or because it's a movie aimed at children. Disney movies today manage to target children, and it still addresses relevant issues, and often bring adult audiences to tears. Remember, fans, being a fan is not turning a blind eye to anything they send you.
Okay, Danny. So you're saying that Disney's political activist woke culture is better than the Mario movie? You sure you want to say that? I'm pretty sure a bunch of people will disagree with you on that. Because, like, that's what made... Because, like, that's the good thing about the Mario movie. Like, it's not like... I feel like Disney movies are now trying to, like, insult audiences. And you just don't realize that. Now, granted, I haven't watched a Disney movie in quite a while, but I've been hearing that they're pretty bad. Now, I don't know how to judge that, but I can certainly tell you, like, at least the Mario movie doesn't do anything insulting. Disney, however, does. And you're gonna accept that. You're a very interesting fellow, Danny. Alright, what is next? Is it better than the 1993 movie? No, it's pretty bad. Are you sure about that? You want to say it's better than the... Wait, this is 1983. I think it's supposed to be 1993. 1993, not 1983, dumbass. Sure you watched the movie? No, it's pretty bad. No story at all. There is at least some story. No, more than enough story. If it had no story, then I think this would just be a walking advertisement. Like, not even a walking advertisement, just a big-ass advertisement. Weak script. It looks good, but however, but I expected that going in. Wait for the rental. No one... Well, wait, you might be referring to a YouTube movie. I don't know. This guy's a dumbass. Central Figures. You must have some horrible taste. Okay, this is fucking big. What the fuck? What on earth is this goddamn review? What? On earth made this review? What the heck? This movie sucks. The community of dumbasses who rides on Mario's D sucks. The company behind this movie sucks. This keeps sucking. Fucking. I'm just flabbergasted. This guy did not. This guy's just hating on Universal. This guy's just like hating on Nintendo, Illumination, Universal. You know what? I bet he subjects himself to Disney movies and is a political activist. Okay. Yet another soulless Illumination movie. I tried to make the best of it. I really did, but it wasn't meant to be. The plot is non-existent. No, it isn't. You just weren't looking hard enough. World building is extremely confusing. That's... You clearly have never played a video game, dumbass. The entire thing is just nostalgia bait, and the trailer really shows you everything the movie is about. Nope, not true. Wasn't expecting anything good, and yet I've overestimated Illumination somehow. Never again thought that this pure garbage. At least the voice acting was okay, and some jokes were funny. I really like the Luma that's happy to die. He was cool. Okay. Some stuff to unpack here. First off, this is an origin story of Mario. You clearly have never played a Mario game before. Though I will appreciate you saying it's a Luma. Although that already raises more questions. But... And you said that the voice acting was okay. I hope that extends to Chris Pratt, because I know some people don't like it. But calling this movie pure garbage
I want you to compare that to the recent Disney films and tell me how they stack up. Oh, you need coins to pay rent. Well, play games or pay money to get a shitload of coins. Oh, you don't have money? Oh shit. This game is really... What the fuck? Ah, flick. What the fuck is this review? Oh my god. Yep. These reviews are so dumb. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it here. Oh, I am exhausted. Holy shit. I did not think these reviews would suck the life out of me. But yeah. I think I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys for watching. I shall see you all next time. I'm sorry I didn't do some drawing streams. I really wanted to, but holy crap. Talking